Hello everybody and welcome back to our place. So, as you can see, I'm on Bureau Isle. I just recorded me going through a place where I used a pry bar. I had recorded it, but the recorder didn't record it, and I don't really feel like reloading a save for one thing. Like, it was just a little choose your own. It was one of those choose your own adventure things where I just paid the pry bar and nothing really happened. I guess Hiraya's got hit by some rocks. I'm just gonna camp now. Get it away with. There was some specters here just killed. I'm sorry.
I'm ready.
This you're gonna have to miss out on those 20 seconds of footage.
Good.
Okay. So we're on. Oh, more of those souls we need.
I'll take a look.
Let's see. So we're on Bureau Isle, and I'm guessing the entire idea is to like Hiraya has that storyline thing here. Towering stone creatures, old and some fungal. Cool. And we're, of course we're reaching end game at this point.
Another turn, Inquisitor. I ask again, Jovara Exensios, do you confess to these heresies of which you stand accused?
He waits, but Yovora only stares straight ahead. Her face stony, the creak of her restraints the only sound.
Do you confess to apostasy?
I confess to renouncing a mistake.
Do you confess to conspiracy against the one true faith?
I confess to opening minds.
Badass.
Do you confess to false prophecy?
I confess to following a false prophet.
Indeed. And where might we find this heretic?
He wears the robes of a Grand Inquisitor.
You have no followers here, heretic. Your lies hold no sway in the court of the penitents.
Only my truth, then.
Another turn.
No! Wait! Wait! I'm ready. I'm ready.
You are ready to give a confession?
I'm ready to hear one from you.
She's a badass. Fez shakes his head and points to the Inquisitor, and the scrapping grid of rusted gears echoes in your mind as the apparitions fade away.
When you get to the bottom, holler up here. Let me know if it's safe.
A great pit lies in the shadow of the statue of Vodica. No light from the surface reaches the bottom, but even so you catch flickers of ghostly glow in the depths. A wind from the pit buffers you. It isn't cold, but it raises a goose flesh along your arms. The wind carries a whisper low and sibilant. As you look into the pit, souls gather around you. They encase you in a cloud of essence that swirls around your body while you consider your next move. Jump into the pit. You jump, trusting in the promises of the gods and the power of the souls to bear you safely down. The sudden drop takes your breath away, but the souls catch you, encasing you in shining, throbbing aura. But while they slow your descent, you can feel that they are falling faster than you should. The essence flowing around you is strong but chaotic. You find yourself drifting toward the wall. A Palutena falls with you for a moment, but seems oddly buoyant during her slow descent. Feathers fluttering silently along her arms and sides of her face. Suddenly her golden eyes grow wide and she shouts, "Look out, Lost, the wall!" Flip, directing yourself back to the center of the pit. You steer yourself back to the safety of home space. You manage to spread your arms and legs into an X, steadying your position and the rate of your descent. You reach the court of the penitent, millennial-old stones safely under your feet. So I could have thrown them into the wall instead of me, I guess.
After what seems like an eternity, your rapid descent comes to an abrupt end. You remain still for a moment while
shit.
your heart settles.
This
Your
is
eyes
definitely like
adjust,
Endgame.
breathing in stale, forgotten air. Before you, a narrow and eroded walkway becomes faintly visible in the dim light, cutting a winding path through a cavern so expansive it seems a world unto itself. In the distance, you can make out the cold gleam of living Adra veins that spike and fork in and out of view from the murky depths beneath. Their glow a faint and fleeting guide along the ancient trail. You look above at the opening you jumped through, now barely a speck of light like some distant star alone in the cosmos and forever out of reach. Your only way lies ahead.
Alright.
Think I dislocated my... That's better.
I think that statue of Woodica was watching us soil ourselves on the way down.
Everyone all right? No shattered knees? Good. Just me, then.
Alright. Arius is level up. Let's get you some athletics, boy. Apparently still need stuff like that. Reduce the recovery time with switching weapons and spells. Grimoires increases corrode damage and damage reduction. Increases shock damage and damage reduction. Gain 2 additional quick slots. Character becomes more fleet and nimble. But give him burn damage, yeah.
I'm ready.
Alright. Let's hard save here. Ah, jeez.
Can't get a... Fair medical.
Blast! Moe Ixi.
Vi arches vox conver... Vi arches vox converano.
Curses! Been blinder than a horpox bat.
Fair...
Othic!
There we go.
I understand.
Alright, pick up the stuff.
Nothing will slip past me.
Oh, another spectre over there. Oh, a bunch of them.
Othic blur than rock!
Fair med... Can't get a good shot with this.
Moe Ixi Ana!
Let's see.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's going to... Othic blur than rock!
Vi arches vox convera...
Kill the spectre.
Okay. Ready when you are.
I'm ready.
Blood makes the grass grow! Blood makes the grass grow! Need something?
Yeah, heal yourself.
Ah!
I'm ready. For the Republics!
Man, that spectre has a lot of life.
Permet kong swolias. Permet kong swolias.
Blast! Just say the word. Hey.
I'm ready. For the Republics!
Moe Ixiana!
There we go. Fucking.
What?
Use that on yourself. Use that on Hiravius.
Ready
You
when
don't
you
even
are.
have it. You still don't have it. Ada still doesn't have it. Weird.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Is that faces? Pillar tucks at your essence. A pulse from the well itself moves for it. Oh. Weird.
Quick and quiet.
For the Republics! For the Republic!
Sheesh.
This thing isn't. Mo.
For the,
You should have run.
for the Republic!
Maybe I have more damage output as a melee barbarian, actually. I don't know. More Ether pillars. Are these the... These must be the pillars of eternity by now, right? They have to be. They've been here forever. Oh, the pillars of eternity. Yeah. Okay. I feel like someone told me that. Well, the title isn't actually that important, but that just feels wrong to assume. Like,
For the
Jesus fuck, who's eating these animals?
Quick! Toss me something else.
Othek were than Roth!
For the Republics! Permet kong swolias.
Who the fuck is healing them?
I'm ready.
Are they? It must be the big guy that's healing them. Big guys that's healers.
Can't get a good shot with the.
Big people fighting.
Ixiana.
Jesus fuck, this battle takes forever. What the?
Can't get a good shot with the arches vox con veran. Permet con swolias.
Just rush him down. Kill him.
Permet
Fucking
con
hell.
swolias.
Fuck! That took like at least 5 minutes. It at least felt like it took like a billion years.
Keeping an eye out.
Ah,
Yeah. Okay. What's going on over here?
A simple test. I can do that. A simple test.
Oh, we don't have enough mechanics. What's this? Oh, well, I guess we will never find out. Why does Urias suddenly have full... What? That was weird. Okay. Suddenly it just has full life. Okay. Let's see. Column of Adra rises above you, stoic and silent, its rich layers a measuring stick for the passing of ages. It feels to you as a thick block of ice, and you perceive buried deep in the core a dim flickering flame, all but extinguished, that preserved against the ravages of elements. At your approach, the flame seems to steady and draw strength, and the layers separating for you melted away, and you are bathed in its glow, bright beacon in the gloom. The glow seems to fade as you had adjusted to its intensity, and where it was, Iora seeps into existence. An idyllic shade hovering above the moist prison floor. Though ageless, she appears somehow different to you now. A slight stoop to her carriage, perhaps, or a trace of sunkenness in her eyes. There's a broad scar across her face, fibrous and wormy where flames once lapped, unhealed even in death.
Hello, brother. It has truly been ages. You are so different now from who you were then, yet much remains the same. Old troubles with a new face. What is it that has brought you here?
It would seem that I have unfinished business here.
I'd hoped after our last discussion you would find what you sought. Has it eluded you all this time? I can only guess your presence here has something to do with Theos. The energy of this place changes when he is near. I don't know what he has done, but I do know of the souls that pass through here now. They do not come by choice.
Theos diverted them from the cycle. He seeks to empower Vodican to blame Animancy for the damage he's caused.
After all this time, he would still stand against the tide.
You knew me when Theos did. There's something I need to know about that time.
I will tell you what I remember.
There's something about that lifetime my soul can't let go of. I need to know what it is, and I'm running out of time. I see moments from that life. Of you, of the Inquisition, of Theos.
I can see his influence, still hanging like a weight about your neck. So it always was. He had inspired something in you. We spoke of him the last time you were here also. It was just after the trial. You were agitated. I think because you started to consider that what I was teaching may have been true.
And what was that? Her mouth tightens and her brow furrows a look of pity. Her eyes shift back and forth between each of yours, as if looking for something that would help her decide whether to speak.
That the gods aren't real.
Ah! Atheism! Boop, 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 boop. But who was I talking to those times I thought I was talking to God? Then what? I mean, atheism is awesome. I'm an atheist myself, but in this universe, gods are clearly around, like fantasy magic and shit. So I guess I should be putting my arms over here, but it just feels weird because there's a wall here. Fantasy and magic and shit. Palutena throws her head back and laughs gleefully. Of course not! It all makes sense now.
She's not serious.
Perhaps not to her. Many are those whom the gods have scorned. This is petty retribution.
Nonsense! Clearly she has not been on the receiving end of a god's ire. She'd know how real...
I brought the good squad for this, didn't I? All the most religious characters.
That doesn't seem possible.
I guess their reactions to this makes sense in this universe, in this setting. I guess, yeah.
What I taught was that the gods whose faith we had been spreading were not gods at all, but something else entirely. Something created by people.
How did you discover this?
The Anguithan missionaries all knew it, but they never told the rest of us. They meant it to be a secret that died with them, and in the end, they allowed their bloodlines to fade from memory. I had been assigned to join a few of them at a temple. I found the door to their chambers closed, but the room was stone and the door thin. Their voices carried. I heard enough. I investigated the things they spoke of, and everything was there, just as they said it'd be.
Later on, after I left the Order, Few and Griffin found my words persuasive and joined my cause. They revealed what I did not already know. Who created these gods and for what?
They were conceived by Engwyth, a society of high minds and broad concerns. Theos' people. In their time, every people worshipped its own gods. Sometimes they warred over it. After a few wars of their own, the Anguithans sought an end to it. They devoted all their energy to finding the true creators.
And what they found was nothing, I guess.
Generation after generation, they prodded and worked the stitching of the world and unlocked its secrets. One day, they found an answer. Except the answer was no answer at all. There were no gods to be found. Or if there ever were, they were gone. It shook them, this finding. If they could discover this on their own, how long until others would? How long before war and chaos reigned over a world without consequence? But they had mastered many things in their pursuit of these answers. And with their mastery, they crafted their own gods to fill the void, and sent missionaries to the corners of the world to spread their faith.
I hate that argument. Because it's so untrue. How can there be morality without religion? Where do you get your morality if there's no gods to persuade you to not do bad things? Oh. I don't know, dude. It's almost as if cruelty isn't a natural thing to do. Who would have thunk it? Oh, Jesus fuck. I'm not here to preach, obviously. This is a video game video. This is a gaming video. I don't make preaching videos. I don't make fucking religious videos. But this is the most annoying argument ever, because it suggests that humans are, by nature, immoral beings. And it suggests that morality isn't subjective. It spits in the face of our ancestors. It spits in the face of thousands of generations of people. Thousands of generations before recorded history had their own sense of duty, their own sense of morality, and none of them were monotheistic. Monotheism is relatively new, even in the history of humanity. There was one fucking monotheistic Egyptian pharaoh, and after that we didn't see monotheism again for like hundreds and thousands of years, until the rise of Judaism and the rise of of those. I think Zoroastrianism is also an early form of monotheism. I might be wrong. And it's like, it just shows a lack of history, and a lack of like, I don't know, it just feels like a lack of respect for a lot of people who were guided by their own thoughts. Like, your brain is not magically guided by some higher power. Your brain is an organ built out of chemicals, and it makes decisions You are not here or here or here. You're here. This is you. You're somewhere in here. That's you. That's your entire being. Everything else is convenient extra stuff. And even this is billions and billions of atoms. Like, Jesus fuck. I'm sorry. I'll continue on. I'll leave it be now. This is why you started your own faith.
I never thought of it as faith, but I think you are right to call it that. Let the world see. Let them decide what to do. That was my
Is
faith.
this the atheism is a religion thing? Is this that? It's probably not meant to come off as that, but it feels like that.
I became a missionary because the gods brought me hope that I wanted to bring to others. For a time, the truth sent me to a dark place. Then the day came when I realized nothing had changed, that I still had a purpose, and the purpose was the same and it was worth living for. I began questioning the other missionaries in public, exposing their parlor tricks. In time, their following became mine.
Normal as water. Delicious. Good for a sore throat. Is it true what you told?
You asked me this once before. Nothing I can say would be any proof,
That's true.
and it may be certainty your soul craves. Resolution. But if you are bound for the same place Theos directs these souls, you will see for yourself, as you once did. Everyone faces this truth at one time or another. Few confront it. Few have the stomach to ask what if. And in avoiding the question, they deny themselves an identity of their own.
Aurora scanned her audience in silence, her eyes thoughtful, lingering on each member of your comedy in turn, finding interest in things unseen.
What if all the tragedy, all the persecution, came in defense of an imposter?
That's not... That can't be right. Aethys, he's done miracles for people.
The power of the gods is undeniable. The truth of the story they weave is not. What if it were forbidden knowledge rather than fault that earned your doom? What of your guilt?
I have seen with my own eyes the deceptions of my goddess. The Watcher has shown me as much. But it was not until now that I understood how truly desperate she was. The depths of her deception.
You speak of her deceptions, but what of your own? Was it her words that led you down your path? Or was it the absence of her words? A gap that you filled with your own broken thoughts?
Beads of sweat coalesced on Duran's forehead and trickled down the sides of his face in streaming rivulets, as though he were a block of ice standing before a great pyre.
What if neither guide knew the way? How then would you choose a course?
Well, I suppose I would always choose that which makes me stronger. But instead of doing it because Galawain wishes it, I do it merely because I wish it for my own life. Oh, Galawain, know that your humble servant was speaking rhetorically.
What if our burdens come to us not because they are meant to be, but because they happen to be?
They shape us all the same. It doesn't matter how I drew the small tooth, or even that Pursock had become a deer. The task fell to me, and I completed it.
What if even mastery over all things cannot answer the most basic of questions?
I stopped asking those questions long ago. It is enough to care for those we love with the time we have in this life.
You feel the weight of Aurora's transcendent eyes upon your soul. What if we can be assured of nothing? Then the only value is in the things we create ourselves.
Verus, We find purpose in ourselves and in the people in our lives.
There is bliss to be found in the things we create, but sorrow as well. Every creation bears the imperfections of its creator, and its creator's creator. Art and song are creations, but so are weapons and lies. We must be careful that our creations do not consume
I know I
us.
probably should have ended this video, by the way. But, like, she's talking, so I'm just gonna let her talk.
I ask these things not to trouble you, but to show why they must be confronted. No answer is simple, but somewhere between them all lies a truth so beautiful, not even a god could conceive it. Do we not owe ourselves a chance to find our part in it?
We do, even without assurances, there is still truth.
If that is truly what you believe, then you are a far different person than the one I knew. I've been alone here with my thoughts for so long now. I've found peace with my failures, and with my punishment. I no longer curse fate for what might have been. But there is one thing that has clawed and scraped at my mind all these years. One thing that will not be put to rest until I know. Until I understand.
For the first time, hints of doubt trace her serene visage.
I need to know why you chose to remain with the Inquisition, even after you'd learned the truth. Do you remember?
I'm guessing you can read it yourself. I'm just thinking. I don't think I have a very good understanding of what he was before. And I think that's on purpose. So he was a member of the Inquisition who betrayed his own sister, which I chose. Like, she could have been a friend or a girlfriend or something, apparently. But I chose that she was my sister. And now I have to pick why I betrayed her, and that feels like cheating for a threat to all I believe in. I resented you, which sounds completely, I guess that works, but I wanted to please the gods. Your capture brought me glory. I was afraid of what fears might do to me if I didn't agree to do it. Coward. Coward. I don't think I had a reason, I just did it. Empty threats and empty thoughts, eh? Sorry. There are no assurances. She deserves better than that. Wanted to please the gods might actually work, because back then the character probably didn't know, like Lars didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know any better, right? I think I'm going to go with 6.
All these years thinking about it, I don't think I ever imagined you did it without cause. This changes things. Good. Good. The things I taught, the things I believed, I needed to hear that. I needed to know it wasn't because...
Because I thought Fears was right. I needed to know it wasn't because after everything you'd learned, you'd still rather believe in a lie. If that is the conclusion people reach once they know everything, then my purpose has been a mistake. That seems like a harsh connection to draw.
I've always looked up to you, since we were children. You had heard both sides, seen everything. If not you, then who?
You're never going to be able to convince everyone of anything. True or not, there will always be dissent.
I expected dissent, but I needed to know that true faith would prevail. Perhaps I've been wrong to place so much importance on one person's actions. It was all I could do to feel like there was an answer. Even knowing what you've told me, some part of me knows it doesn't truly answer what I wished to know, nor will an eternity of silent contemplation. I will have only my guesses and suspicions, and that will have to do. And what of your understanding of our past? Are you at ease with the choice you made?
I see the world differently now than I once did. I regret what I did to you, and I wish your forgiveness.
I have always forgiven you. Whatever your reason, no quarrel of ideas can sever ties of blood and essence. No parting of ways can erase memories of times without worry. Times when even without gods, we were never truly alone. At first I thought this might be the source of your soul's anguish. But now I see I was mistaken. You are not divided on this matter. You have put it behind you. It is with Theos that your agony lies, in sun and shadow. Your questions are not for me, but for him. And it may be that only an answer from the mouth of Theos himself will satisfy your needs. Yet if there is anything I can tell you that would be of use, ask and you shall know.
Are you bound here until the end of time?
In a matter of speaking. This is Braeth Yamen, the court of the penitents. Souls are confined here until they repent. They must beg the forgiveness of a god, pledge their soul to them, and they will be lifted from this place to the world above. In truth, they receive leniency, but not true mercy. The spite of Whitaker is eternal. They linger above, at the site of the old court, and are not permitted to leave the island, forever severed from the cycle. This prison was full once in the days of the Inquisition, but time weathers all things, even will. I'm the only tenant who remains. Yet, I feel their presence strongly now, as it was in the beginning. You have brought many of them here. They cry out for the judgment of Theos. You have struck some bargain with the gods, then.
The other gods aid me because they want Theos destroyed. I owe them no debt.
They aid you because they would bend you to their own purposes. Engwith built gods from ideals, and an ideal on its own is a grotesque and vicious thing. But these souls, these forgiven the gods have bequeathed you like chattel. They were loyal followers in life. They will be with you to the very end.
Let me ask you something else. This place, Sun and Shadow, what is it? I could tell you what I believe, but again, it would be no proof. I have only what I have seen and what others have told me about it. There's only one man who can tell you now, who knows that this is it to a certainty, and you shall face him soon enough. I will leave you to see it for yourself. Make your own judgments. How is it you speak Adoran? I speak no language now, but the wordless expressions of the spirit. It is through my connection to you that I am able to draw upon your words and form them as my own. Do you know what it is I need from Theos?
I could not say for sure. But you have been to Sun and Shadow before, and it came at a crossroads in your life, when much of what you knew had been upended. I have to believe it will come to you there. Your concerns then were of loyalty and trust and the gods. Everything I told you seemed to send you further into doubt. His words mattered to you when you knew him then. After you and I spoke, you went immediately to seek him out. Perhaps you simply sought confirmation from the man you trusted. If something from that time still troubles you, it may be something he told you then, or refused to tell you. He keeps secrets better than any in this world.
Why has Theos done all this?
He cares only for the secret he keeps locked away. He destroys anyone who might discover it, no matter their chances. That's why he's always favored Woodica. It isn't in her love of promises or justice. It's her disregard for the rules. Her willingness to do what is necessary. To Theos, she's not a deity, but an ally with which to conspire. When her power waxes, she does as she pleases with this realm, as well as hers. And she wants that secret guarded as much as he. If Theos succeeds, there will be a shift in the balance of power among the gods. Woodica was vanquished once, when the other gods decided she had gone too far, and her power diminished. With this infusion, there is no telling what she will do. The only certainty is that there will be chaos in their realm, as well as ours.
How can I get Theos to tell me what I need to know?
You will not find a more resolute being on all of Eora. There is no offer you could make, nor spell you could cast, nor pain you could inflict that would make him reveal what he hides. But I see you have become a watcher in this life. Perhaps in defeat, when he can no longer defend himself, you might learn something from him. Theos will not wait for you. If you do not catch up to him now, you may never find him again.
The gods have given me the souls of forgiven. If you repent, you could join with them. Help me strike the final blow against Theos.
If I repent, all I have done has meant nothing.
Then I will waste no more time. Farewell, Alvara. Iuvara.
It is a cruel fate to wait all this time to be reunited with my only brother, only to be forced to part soon after. But then, what is life but a series of brief encounters with those we love? If ever we should meet again, in this life or any other, I hope to find you at peace.
Wish I could shut it off so she could return to the wheel. Pillar tugs at your essence. Okay. Well, thank you guys for watching this episode of Ankford Plays. I hope you enjoyed it. That got very religious and very non-religious and very secular and very non-secular and span around its own, and I'm not sure what they're trying to say here. So, that was interesting. It's always interesting when game creators or writers in game try to actually say something with their stories, because I feel it's not something you get that much. You see it a lot in the indie community sometimes. You get games like that game with the family going through their child having cancer that was out recently. That said a lot about religion and such. And Pillars of Eternity here also has a very religious commentary spin, but it's hard to see what they're trying to say, if it's agnostic or criticism or atheism or what it is. But it's interesting. Dragon Age 2 is also a game I hold up as one of the games that like try to say something with their stories. Something you normally only find in like books and movies. And it's nice to see storytelling in gaming slowly, even with big... Well, I consider Obsidian a AAA developer, since they have done very big games in the past. Fallout New Vegas springs to mind, which is undoubtedly a AAA experience. So even though this was independently funded, I consider this a AAA game. And it is great when the big names start weaving stories that actually have something to say. Anyway, before I choke on my own spit, Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Join me next time for more shenanigans. It feels like we're going into the final hours of this game. Until next time. Bye!